So in this video, we're going to do an unboxing of the new stereo and then install it. All pretty straightforward. I'm expecting this to be fairly easy because I'm replacing one Android stereo with another. I'm guessing that the dimensions are still the same. I had to trim down the bezel before, things like that. So anyway, I'm going to throw a little image and probably a link at the bottom for which stereo I bought. Which stereo I bought here. Can cut this part. So anyway, there's the basics of the stereo. Let's get to opening. Car multimedia. Ooh, that's nice and descriptive. Anyway, this looks a lot like the other box that my old stereo came in. This one at least put the brand on it, which I'm pretty sure is just a label. You know, it's made by someone else, whatever. Let's see what's in here. All the standards. Here's some form of little faceplate I probably won't use. Instructions. Hooray. May not use them. That's up in the air. Mounting plates. I probably might use them because I think those are the exact same ones on the other stereo. A harness, which again, I'm replacing it. The harness doesn't really probably matter. God, maybe they should make a light kit where it's like, you know, I just want the hardware. If you can take a few bucks off, you know, that'd be nice. Okay, well, there's some RCA crap. So, at this point, take it out of the box. Box, go that way. Okay, so what do we have here? Let's find out. Pretty sure most of this is probably stated on the Amazon link of what it comes with, but whatever. People seem to do a lot of unboxing videos. Whole shit ton of RCA shit. I cannot remember what I did when I installed this before, so I'll find out when I take the old one out. I see here we have a little wiring harness that has USB and a teal plug that says mic. I don't know who Mike is, but hey, whatever. What else do we have? I'm assuming this is probably a Wi-Fi antenna. It's got a little sticky thing on the back, so I may actually try and mount the antenna a little better this go around, because I think I just kind of crammed it in the back on the last install. We have a mic. I have no idea how this is showing up, so just go with it. It's got foam. Hooray. Apparently the best place to put them is around your steering wheel, gauge cluster, shit like that. Here you go. And then, yeah, GPS antenna has sticky shit on the back, so maybe I'll mount it in a good spot, whatever. And the actual important thing of the equation, the actual head unit. Let's see. Disregard the shaking, please, because I always shake. They offered snacks that they say do not eat. Lame. Lame. More. Lame. Okay, and reason I'm showing it now is I'm hoping the little better lighting I did will at least give some good looks, because I don't care for the lighting in the house. So, stereo's got some film on the bottom. Pretty sure you have to remove that before installing. I'm not sure why the film is there to begin with, but it's there. On the top, you have a nice little diagram for wiring and such. On the back, you have your standard where the main, left speaker, right speaker, battery, battery, power, ground, so on and so forth. Then you have all the other little clips that, judging by this layout, yeah, it's mostly for the USB ports, different RCA things, so if you're running a sub, which one day I might, but right now I'm not. Antenna, then your GPS connector right here, and your Wi-Fi connector right here. The front, let's see if I read wrong again. Okay, the reason why I'm happier with this stereo, if I can actually get that to go back in properly. Oh, okay. Anyway, so yeah, that's what it looks like. You'll get another look of it when it gets powered on later. This has 2 SD card slots. That makes me happy. And yeah, this one, at least on initial perception, compared to the stereo I bought like 2.5 years ago, it's actually got the company name on it, but it's just a little raised up sticker. I don't think this is going to focus, but you can kind of see it there at the bottom. I might keep it there. I might peel it off. I don't really know. I believe, yeah, you've got an internal mic. Oh, that's probably not going to show up. You have an internal mic there. And yeah, really just standard home button, back button, your navigation button that I'm assuming by default connects to Google Maps. The volume button functions as a power, and it turns. Feels a little wobbly, but who knows? Maybe it'll be durable. Feels light as hell. I do appreciate that. But yeah, really nothing too special. No CD slot, which is on purpose. I don't really use CDs anymore. So anyway, yeah, that's the gist of this stereo. So what we're going to do next is remove the old one. That should be a good time. And then we'll find out if this one's actually decent, and might even play around with getting a different launcher if this one if the OS sucks. Anyway, let's get to removal. So, a quick little side-by-side comparison. If you notice, there's not a whole lot different except for here. On the new stereo, it's actually got like a coax cable outlet for the Wi-Fi antenna. This one, that is the antenna. May barely show up on camera. But other than that, looks like everything else is the same. So, yeah, great, antenna, blah, 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 blah. But while we're at it, I'm going to show you one other piece that I'm going to be doing. During that video, you saw me, removing the cigarette lighter, which is standard for this car anyway. But when I bought this stereo, pardon the crackling of plastic, I saw one of these. It's meant to go into the cigarette lighter spot, and then it threads on a little plastic nut, mounting point, whatever, on the back. And it's got two male USB ports, which will connect into the plug for the USB ports here. So now I can have a better location for my USB ports. And one last thing, just to show you some of the shoddy work that I have done, that I am trying to improve on, trying to get better. I struggle with, does it function versus, is this good work? Definitely struggle with that approach. This is what my solution was to try and have a boost gauge mounted somewhere in the car that wasn't on one of the pillars. So I took out the ashtray that was here, took PVC pipe that fit the gauge, very standard. I think it's like 2 1/4 or 2 3/8 or whatever the standard gauges are. And I put it here. Problem is, I really couldn't angle it up or make it work any better, at least at the time. I'm probably not changing anything right now, but this did not work. I don't have the best visibility. I can kind of look, but if I want a clear shot, I have to use the Android for it now, the car stereo, which with Torque, I have a boost gauge. So, makes me feel a little better. But yeah, this is some of the work I've done. This was just a interior paint, black. Kind of holds up-ish. I mean, if you drop it, no, it ain't gonna do shit. But, if you install it and don't go too raggedy, like with how you act in your car, it'll be fine. Anyway, let's get back to installation. So the stereo comes with a lot of wires, lots of, I think this was for the stereo and adapter for the Celica or something. Whatever, I don't need it. So that can go away. You also got like camera, auxiliary, in, out, things like that. This appears to be for a backup camera, which, I don't care. So what I need to try and find spots for now and route properly, the GPS antenna. I'll figure out a good spot for that. The Wi-Fi antenna, which I'm thinking of putting in underneath the pillar, is it C pillar or A pillar? Whatever. At the front of the car. Put it behind the trim for that. Here's the mic. I may or may not install it. You've got all these different, subwoofer out, rear out, things like that. At some point, I am going to put a sub in this car, but I haven't yet, and who knows when. You also have this cable here that is gargantuous for USB, and I'm glad they include a long cable, but now that I'm running it straight to the cigarette lighter area, I'm going to have to zip tie it up and kind of tuck it away. But anyway, let's find a location for all these other things before moving forward. Okay, so we're about to do just an initial boot up and quick little poke through on it, get at least initial idea of how it feels and all that jazz. Yeah. Although I think I put that bracket on wrong, but it'll be fine. So it's in there. As you saw with my surround for it, I did have to trim up when I first installed the other Android stereo. I had to trim up around here, mostly on the sides. It was like 1/8 of an inch or a 1/16, just enough to make it fit. But anyway, let's see how it boots up and let's find out if I'm turning off that light source. Let's try and get a little slightly better camera angle, because, you know, that's obviously what my channel is all about, a good camera angle. Let's see what it looks like without the light. Ew. Just ew. Anyway, sorry for the learning curves. You'll get over it. Help apps find blah 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 blah. I agree. In a previous version of Android, you turned off access to your location for all Google apps. Turn it back on? Yeah, sure, considering I'm not signed into anything yet. So, initial, let's see. Can I remove that? No. Let's see what launchers there are. Let's try that one. That's not what I wanted. Let's try this. I still hate that one. From what I understand, there's some launchers that you can get that might make this interface better, because I should have figured. Oh, hey, look. The clock is almost accurate. Yeah, I'll just turn the car off and give a quick little overview, because I'm guessing some of this footage won't be useful because this car likes to fucking beep. Ugh. Anyway, be right back. And so that will be the end of this video. Due to the annoying beeping of my car, wasn't able to go through and fully poke through and show you guys everything, or the few of you that watch these. But at least initial perception is okay. It's responsive. It's got some quirks. It looks like I had done some previous research. There's other launchers available that will probably give me more control over the main screen. I'll find that out hopefully very soon. But I'll try and give another quick review later in another video when I actually use it in a daily basis. But install was easy. It booted up pretty quick. And it's supposed to be a 1 or 2 second boot time after the first boot up. So, after I update some of the software and get things kind of set up and torque running, I'll see what the boot time is and things like that and go from there. But anyway, and also if you noticed, I did not put the rest of the car back together. I've got some other issues that apparently I need to resolve, such as I was talking about, my gauge cluster in the ashtray area. Also the indigo, whatever lights, quit working last time I drove the car. Looks like a wire came loose, so I'm going to have to solder that back on. And just some cleanup, because I didn't route wires or anything. It looks like shit. So, cover that in the next video, get it all buttoned back up, because my goal is to start cleaning things up on this car and try to start driving it a couple times a week. Not just when it snows, but actually drive her. So yeah, anyway, thanks for watching. For the price I paid for the stereo, which I should be showing already, I'm good with it. I think it's worth the money for basic 4-speaker. I don't know if it does well with bass, things like that. But anyway, I'm okay with the stereo. So, hey, look into it if you have any interest. Anyway, have fun. Bye-bye.